now it is go time. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. And here he is in the flesh, Terrence Bud Crawford, 173 centimeters tall, tipping the scales at the 135-pound limit, and he's got a reach of 188 centimeters. And he'll be squaring off against Amir King Khan, 63 kilos even. That's what he weighed in at, 174 centimeters tall, with a reach of 180. Terrence Bud Crawford, the Amir Khan, one of the finest fighters Britain's ever produced. Olympic silver medalist in 2004, multi-time world champion, fighting out of Bolton, UK.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is...
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got to walk the walk.
All what's left is for the first bell to go. That's all we need now, because the build-up is getting ridiculous.
No doubt about it. The build-up to this fight has been incredible. Both of these men verbally sparring for weeks, and now they get it on for real. Not a lot of defense here at all. Right hook catching air. What an awkward ending we had the first time Crawford met Khan, as an accidental shot to the groin caused Khan to retire. Hopefully no controversy here tonight.
What a fight it was. It was bubbling to be an unbelievably interesting, intriguing fight. Crawford still as fast, he's still as slick, still as powerful. Now Amir Khan knows this guy can put the pressure on. So I've either got to jump on him early and throw it all in for 5 rounds, or exactly the same thing's going to happen all over again.
You got to like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
And he fails to score with that left hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. And he scores with the counter. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it was like 2 different leagues.
Wait, I love that. I love that. That jab's slick.
Stuck on him this round. Right, let's go out there. Get your ball.
Good man. You stay focused. Good. Don't let him back in or anything.
Win the round on your jab and breathe while you're stepping around. He was close to this fight, and now you're letting back into it. Now, it's a tougher fight, and he's going to be confident now.
He's gone already. Just make sure you follow through.
Jab, and then start gathering your pace and win this round.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. Nice counter shot. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching you every move, every twitch.
swinging big and missing big with that hook. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Those counter punches have to hurt. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. It's bombs away. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
On to the third. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he scores with the counter. Do you believe what we are seeing? This fight has a real good flow to it. So much for boxing. This is a fight. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice defense with that jab. The courage on display here is incredible. One punch could change everything in this battle. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
I love that. I love that. That jab slipped.
Back at it in round 4. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Failing to score with that right hook. He blocks that jab. There's a counter shot. A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork. or you're going to be a cooked goose.
What can they change?
What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
A shot from the gods took it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold it right there. Amir Khan is rocked. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
Being day.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Well, he's got Bambi legs walking back to the corner, but he's still in it.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
You had everything.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. There's 1, 2, straight down.
Back into the fray here in round 5. You got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Insane action. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Nice counter. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. They threw the hook, it didn't land. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That bell could... Here we go in the 6th round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Good counter punch. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Good counter punch. Good counter punching. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Nobody home with that hook. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Now relax, relax. Just keep him on the end of that jab.
Over here, you've got to go out there.
Round 7, here we go. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. They threw the hook, it didn't land. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? A swing and a miss with that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Good work.
And we enter the 8th round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Amir in some real trouble. A much better game plan here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Do you believe this? But Crawford just got knocked down. What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What a tough way to lose it by split decision.
It could have gone either way, and it's hard, you know. You're going to have people arguing, the fans for one and the fans for the other, say our fighter won. Split decision was fair. Down to the T, down to the wire. These guys put it on the line. Split decision is fair.